Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out with all the wild roads and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be the light that only you can see. Figure it out. Oh, I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count on hope and there's rivers to cross. Oh, and I know our lives will always change, but our hearts forever stay the same. I'll be here when things go south. We can take our time just to figure it out. Oh. Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out with all the wild roads and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be the light that only you can see. I'll be
Tonight from Champlin Park High School, it is the Rebels hosting Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie has one of the best players in the state, a junior at 6'7", Obi Iser, who's averaging 19 a game. Meanwhile, it's Io Taki on board with 16 a game for the Rebels. The Rebels coming in with just 5 wins. Meanwhile, a 14-10 mark for Eden Prairie. That's coming next on QCTV.
Touchdown! She hit the line on the far side, and the Rebels win.
Stop bleeding! Stop bleeding!
He connects! Rebels with their first lead of the night.
And the Andover Huskies are your section champion.
Well, good evening and welcome to this QCTV Sports presentation. Joe Rulin along with Pete Hayes. We are coming to you from Champlin Park High School as the Rebels are taking on the Eden Prairie Eagles, 14-10. And we are just about ready to tip this off. It is a time of the season where the Rebels come in with a mark of 5-17. They're averaging 61 points a game. Unfortunately, the opponents are averaging 69 a game. And Eden Prairie at 14-10, they are averaging 69 a game, and they're starting to gear themselves up, both these squads, for section play, Pete.
Yeah, both of them are in very tough sections, so you want to be at your best come section time, and just a couple games left until that time of year, so we should see a good basketball game tonight. Champlin Park not having the typical season that they've had in the past, but you know what? When you're a senior and you're getting down to the end, you're going to play awful hard.
Yeah, and if you're looking out tonight for Champlin Park, and a point guard I always enjoy watching play, Ethan Lukanwa, he is out tonight with an injury. So stepping up in his spot will be Lorenzo Andrews. We'll get through those lineups here just in a bit, but we're going right to left. Eden Prairie in the white and the Rebels in the left. Of course, Tahi is somebody you need to watch out. He has the ball right now, and Tahi averaging 16 a game, almost 17 for the Rebels. Inside, they'll try to kick it out, and it's a man-to-man defense. Had a chance to speak with the Eden Prairie head coach before the game, David Floor. He says most of what we'll do is man-to-man. That includes some press work to the lane. Right now, trying to drive, fade away inside, misses everything on that shot, and it's a transition time now. Keeping an eye on a key player here for Eden Prairie is going to be number 21, Chidi Obi Iser. He is a 6'7" junior.
Yeah, he's a nice looking player out there, Joe, and it looks like Champlin's in a man-to-man too, so everybody has their responsibility. It keeps your team responsible, and this time of year, that's what you need. Both
teams unable to convert on their first offensive situations and sets. Now down the lane, Lorenzo puts this up, and good. I stand corrected, that was Luke Graff. I like that stop and pop for the 2 from the elbow. Champlin Park goes out early, 2-0. Faking the shot, step back, now look, clear look for number 14 for Eden Prairie, no good. Good luck for Miles Smith, unable to convert, coming back the other way, Azuo.
Yeah, extra pass there by Eden Prairie to get an open look. Just didn't drop into the bottom.
Side kick back. Tahi, a 3 hits the front of the rim, and a foul is going to be whistled on number 13, Zuo, over the back. And there, a chance for the Rebels to jump out and get an extended lead. Again, the Rebels averaging 61 a game, and Eden Prairie 69.
Yeah, foul right there that really wasn't needed in the offensive end. Didn't really have a good opportunity to get the ball, so you really want to try to stay away from them or you'll get yourself in foul trouble real quick.
Get it inside. Now a kick back out. 0 for 3 so far is Eden Prairie from behind the perimeter. On the rebound, transition. Zuo tries to kick it back out. There's a look, rotation around the perimeter. Stop, pop, and hit. Good looking jump shot and converting that.
Boy, that's the way you use that backboard right there. He should have called that because that is exactly what he was trying to do.
Lorenzo Andrews getting a start tonight. A long 3, and this one connects. That's drilled by number 10, Bradley Frisch, averaging 9 a game. His first 3 of the game. 3 ball, corner pocket, misses everything. Kicks it back out to the wing. trying to drive, find an opening. Now again, continues, kicks it over. Looks to the wing again, and now it's Taki. Down low, trying to feed Gamber. Gamber at 6'6", bangs it inside and misses. Player off the collision. On transition, a hoop, good looking layup, but unable to convert. There was Eden Prairie, and that was Miles Smith going back coast to coast and converting this time is Zuo.
Yeah, Miles Smith, one of the better scorers on Eden Prairie, and he's off to a poor start.
Zuo again on this transition goes up, and they will call a foul here. As you can see, he was grabbed there by number 10. Frisch picking up his first foul. Zuo averaging almost 6 a game. He's come with some good energy here to start this contest.
Yeah, he's kicking himself right now. He had a clear layup and kind of dribbled it off his knee and lost control, but got it back. But then no shot there for him. But good takeaway there by Champlin Park.
Eden Prairie substitutes for the 5. The only one left in there is Chidi Obiizer. He's also a very good football player. Tight end and defensive end for the Eden Prairie football team. The junior has not committed yet to a school. Inside, scramble ensues there. And now the big fella at 6'7" is going to go coast to coast and close the deal. A nice finger roll at the end and goes coast to coast, picks up the turnover and says, just give it to me, I got this.
Yeah, right on cue, Joe. You're talking about him. Quite an athlete, 6'7", going end to end and laying it in off the fingertips.
Some other players in right now quickly for Eden Prairie. Jermel Taylor. Also number 4 here with the ball, Luke Rapp. Kicks it out also, listens to Joey Flum, the coach's son. Rotates around, looks for the 3, now drives, now tries to get the bounce pass inside. That's exactly what I would be doing, but they're going to call a charge. Nice job of getting established underneath there, and for taking that block was Gamber.
Yeah, Gamber's going to have his hands full tonight, but Gamber's not a small person himself. He's a good-sized boy.
Full court pressure by Eden Prairie. Zuo breaks it. Now they're going to try to trap him as he comes across that midcourt line. Now to the lane, kick out, 3-ball, corner pocket, no good, off the front of the rim. Good, sealed off. Nice job of boxing out that time. This time a kick out for 3. A 3-ball side pocket in front of us, in and out. Now to the lane, a little closer view, hits the front, no good. And a rebound here on the loose ball. Picked up now by Graff inside, down low to Taki, and Taki, who's been averaging 16, almost 17 a game.
Yeah, here's another look at it. Joe going to the hoop, strong, gets fouled on his way up. Taki, the leading scorer on Champlin Park, so they're expecting a lot out of him tonight. Especially
with Lukandwa out. Yeah, Lukandwa was averaging 15 a game. Converting on the front end. Currently the Rebels looking to shake a 4-game losing streak. Meanwhile for Eden Prairie, they're trying to shake their own losing streak. That is 3. That includes losses to Hopkins, St. Michael Albertville, and Wyzetta. They've lost 4 of their last 5.
Well, that's no easy road right there. That's for sure. Those are all top-rated teams.
Oh, that Lake Conference is just loaded. And it's funny because Buffalo came in undefeated, and once they started conference play, they have dropped. They've gone to 2-9 since then. It's a tough Lake Conference. Now kicking it back out, a chance to see if they can convert here. Good drive, good hard move inside for the bucket and cashing in. That time Joey Flom, his first 2 of the game. He's averaging 4 a game this season.
You know, you talk about the Lake Conference, but the #1 team in the states out of the Northwest Suburban in Park Center Pirates. Quite a rival with Champlin Park over the years.
Absolutely there, and Osio's having a good season as well. Foul, as that time it'll be on Flom, his first. Meanwhile, team foul number 3 on Eden Prairie. Quickly bringing their starters back in here, giving them a view. Miles Smith, who's averaging 13 a game, comes back in for Eden Prairie.
Yeah, I've heard Totino Grace isn't too bad either. They got
No.
some D1 kids on that team.
Absolutely there. Tries to make the move, goes off the foot of the defender there, and that's Ethan Weishart.
Yeah,
Good.
Champlin Park with the early lead here, 8-7, so they got to be happy in the position that they're in right now. Long way to go.
Cuts it down low, looks for someone to get it inside finally. Finds the big man Gamber, gets a good location, but just as he took the shot, a little nudge. And now another fadeaway. Tahi's going to have a chance, but they'll kick it back out to the perimeter. Stop to the outside, to the wing, now down to the corner. Some good movement without the ball here by the Rebels, and a kick out back again to Taki. Taki tries to go inside, sends it underneath, and that's not going to work. Could not cash in and grab that rebound, and here comes Eden Prairie, the Eagles on the transition. Kick out to side, to Flom for three, in and out, front of the rim, and here comes Taki with the rebound. Taki looking to convert. Kicks it down low, little weave up top just beyond the perimeter. He's going to kick it on a bounce pass to Alexander. Gamber down low. Taki keeps it moving. Still a man-to-man defense. No big surprise there for Eden Prairie.
Yeah, Champlin Park's not afraid to go inside to Gamber. I like that. He goes inside. If he doesn't have the play, he kicks it back out to an open man.
Making a move there at Donato. 32 and stopping. Pulling up for the jump shot, a little long on the back of the rim. Offensive rebound, bounces back to Taki. Now a strong move inside, in and out. One more move, and finally cashing it in. Even a broken clock is right twice today. And Emery Peterson picks up 2 points for the Rebels and extend their lead now to 3, 10-7.
A couple of offensive rebounds by Champlin Park. That's got to make the coach happy.
Long three again. This one's good. Bam! Knocking that from beyond the perimeter. Just a second three here is Matt Kelly, the 6-foot senior. Going to distance, follow up, good offensive rebound, and Taki's been solid on the offensive board so far here in this first half.
Yeah, and it looks like Eden Prairie, Joe, really relying on that three-point shot. If it's going, I can see they're awful tough, but they sure rely on it a lot. Champlin Park getting inside a little bit better and also coming up with some big offensive rebounds.
Head coach David Flom, I had asked him how he would describe the season if he had to describe it in 1 or 2 words. Inconsistent. Those were 14-10. And we can look so good against the Wayzata, against the Hopkins, and then look so bad. I know they've just played St. Michael Albertville recently, and they are certainly having a season they probably are not used to as well. 6-19. They actually defeated Eden Prairie at their last outing.
Well, Coach Flam doesn't look like the happiest camper over there on that bench so far. You know, he's used to some really good teams, and you know, this is when you have a dynasty kind of like Eden Prairie, though. It's 14-10 and you're not happy. You know, a lot of coaches would be ecstatic if they were 14-10.
Inbound now, the Rebels. Taki kicks it out wide to Zuo. Back down to Taki. They're trying to find some space. There's a wide open down that near lane, but they go wide this time. Rotated around, Zuo tries to go inside, pulls up. And then Champlin Park dribbles it off their foot. Transition time here, converting, and good. Close to a travel there, but they'll give him the bucket, and it goes to Bojang, Ansu Bojang. Good transition bucket. That ties it up at 12 apiece. We're going to see a couple of other substitutions in here now for Champlin Park. Number 5, Lorenzo Andrews, who started the game, is back in, and then Joe Cummings gets his first visit, a 6'1 junior.
Here's a look at that last basket. Nice steal and a nice feed for the finish.
Had himself under control. Rolled it in. Just under 9 to go, or just about 9 minutes to go first half. As I mentioned, both of these teams trying to break losing streaks. I tell you, they're not used to those two words together.
No, that's for sure.
And
Champlin Park has to find another score besides Taki.
Kicks inside, a stop and a look, and a good touch that time. Coming on is Lorenzo Andrews, I believe. He's got 4. He does. Good looking jump shot, good touch. Stop to get that body control.
Yeah, I think that's both of his baskets, Joe.
Good steal, trying to transition it into a hoop, and now it's stripped. And now taking it hard to the lane, then trying to dish it back. That was deflected. Turnover occurs, and now transition time again for Eden Prairie. Pull up for that shot, fake it, get it around to the far perimeter. Now to the baseline inside. Good, strong move. And I'll tell you, he's had a couple of those good, strong moves already today, and that's Matt Kelly.
He's a
got
strong-looking kid. I'm guessing he's on that football team, too.
I'm going to guess he is. He loves that baseline, and you see how strong he goes up with that ball. This one is tossed up and cashed in. There you go. Good touch. Members roll for Joe Cummings. His first 2 of the game, and Rebels are back up by 2, 16-14. Nice strip. And you can see Champlin Park still likes to go into, hey, if it's going to be a man-to-man or maybe a half-court trap, if they see someone going to the corner, they're not aware that somebody else comes down and gets those long arms, 6'3", 6 foot long arms, and creates that trap.
Yeah, absolutely. Eden Prairie, a lot of depth. Man, Coach Fromm's got them coming in and going, and every couple minutes there's new guys coming into the game, so they sure should be fresh throughout the game. But Champlin Park also going into their bench a little bit tonight, too.
Eden Prairie on the turnover. Back up top. And now they'll get it set. 2-point lead, 7:45 to go here in this first half. Thanks for joining us on the Monday night QCTV sports presentation from the perimeter. Now taking it to the lane. Kick is out to the wing. Lorenzo now gets it down below Andrews. Gamber wants to throw it, but his arm might have been hit or the ball deflected. Here comes another transition back, and they got it. Good. Again, body control and the conversion on the transition ball. And Obi Iser has 4 already. Again, he's a team leader in points in 19.
Boy, I was hoping for the jam there. Where was the jam?
Too.
I thought that was coming.
I think he was worried about a block in front of him, and he didn't want to pick up that second foul this early in the game. But he's certainly a game changer the way he plays. It was funny because, the coach was sitting back, and I said, is Flom going to play anywhere next year for basketball? He goes, I don't know. He's averaging almost 19. He could easily average 30 a night. And there's a good spin move, good post move.
Yeah, he showed us a little bit of everything, bringing it all the way down the court, running in transition, and also a good post move.
Eden Prairie has switched it up too. And, hey, you know what? They've been forcing some turnovers with a trap defense on that man-to-man as well. A half-court trap. They let them get set in, and sometimes that pass down to that corner, you can use that baseline and sideline as another defender.
Wow, you remember, Joe, how good they were with that trap. I'll tell you what, you were in trouble when you played Champlin Park and they were trapping you, which they did most of the time.
And McKinley Wright, of course, waiting to get some playing time here soon with the Wolves inside. Nice job to alter and get that thing and pop it in the head. That was 20 Max Lawrence. So for Lawrenson, he's averaging 5. Those are his first 2.
Looks like we got a timeout here by Champlin Park.
Timeout comes the way, 6:21 to go. And they've jumped right now. They have converted. It's on a 6-0 run. Most of it been caused by some turnovers. And I'm sure Coach Aaron Kleppner will like to have a discussion. And here's a look at the North standings. You get a look at it from an overall record perspective. Park Center 23-1, number 1 in the state. They'll be at Andover tomorrow night. Totino Grace 18-6, Osseo 18-6, Andover 16-8, Maple Grove followed up there with Coon Rapids and Elk River, Rogers, and not a place we're used to seeing with Champlin Park. I'm sure they'll have a bounce back next year. And of course, the last win Champlin Park has had was against Anoka 5 games ago. So
yeah, that conference, it's top heavy, that's for sure. Up on top there, they got 3-4 really good teams. Maple Grove, a 500 team this year, and they're usually a team that's up there with 15, 20 wins on a season. So they're down a little bit this year, but I'm sure they'll right the ship come playoff time.
well, and it's a tough time with Champlin Park, because everybody always used to circle Champlin Park on their schedule, and now they do so even more because they've probably swept them through the season, the regular season, several times. They have lost 8 of their last 9. Have the Rebels the last win against Anoka, 92-84 on February 7th. So Coach Klepner would like to steer that ship and get it right. Or you get a look here inside. Trying to go baseline, and that time didn't move the feet, but also didn't move the arms.
Well, Champlin Park, I think, showing us so far here in the first half that they can go toe-to-toe with a pretty good basketball team at Eden Prairie.
Side, good crossover move there. Good looking shot, a little long that time by Lorenzo Andrews. He's got some quickness and a great crossover. Inside, the big fella looking to cash in here. Obi Iser now kicks it out wide and connecting for the 3. Luke Rapp, averaging 6 a game, picks up his first 3, and that was a nice swing around outlet pass by Obi Iser.
Yeah, important for Champlin Park to keep them close here. They cannot afford to get down by double digits. They don't have enough scorers on their team tonight, so they need to try to keep this thing tight as they can, play some good defense, and get back in it.
There was another turnover for Champlin Park, and I watched the reaction of Coach Klepner, and this time of the year it has to be getting frustrating, but you know what? He's so positive on that sideline. Spent 2 years as an assistant. Now another one. Bing from 3. Rings it down. Luke Rapp got the trajectory on that. He has 6 already here in the first half. He's averaging just 5.5 per game, and they have jumped out, has Eden Prairie, to now a 10-point lead. Back-to-back threes. They're going to call a foul, and that will go against Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie, that's number 6. They're 1 away from the bonus, at least for the Rebels.
Well, you can see when Eden Prairie gets those threes going, they have 4 already today. They become a very dangerous team because they do know how to go to the hoop inside. They've shown that already too, and they've showed that 3-point prowess.
Well, look there, Andrews stops, pops, hits the front of the rim, and just missing on those. And here comes the transition after the rebound. Back down, looks for the 3, now to the corner, takes it all the way inside, and that's one of those sneak scoop moves. Fine job. Wow, I like that move.
You know, and they've done that 5 or 6 times tonight, Joe, also. That's what I'm talking about. Those smaller guys for Eden Prairie get inside, and there's another steal.
Back-to-back layups there for Brady Tyron, and there's going to be a timeout call here by the Rebels. As they at one point had that 16-12 lead and now have been outscored 18-0 here in just the last few minutes. And Coach Klepner trying to straighten up and find out where the gaps are. And there he is. They were expecting the 3. Got it inside, and there's another nice little move to cash it in as well on the fast break.
You know, I'm looking over on the bench here, and I go, I know that guy. And I look, and now I look as assistant coach, and Trevor Mubakwe, who played for the Minnesota Gophers, is
absolutely
one of the assistant coaches for Eden Prairie over there on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big man. He was a heck of a good player for the Golden Gophers too, and
that he was.
Nice to see him in the coaching business now.
Yep, I saw that name earlier, and he was coaching one other team. But yeah, excellent player for the Gophers. There's a trap again. Stopping, popping, and hitting good. They needed that. Luke Graff connects his 4th point of the game. Looked pretty poised. Now a chance for 3, in and out, unable to connect. That time for Cheedy. Obi Iser, first shot here again, trying to catch another quick 3 on the transition to Rebels, and no good, but they get the offensive rebound. Staying in that man-to-man again. Eden Prairie remains. Hard drive to the lane. He draws the foul before it was tied up. That's Taki. And they need to hear from him big time tonight, as he's right now one of only two guys in averaging double digits points per game. Taki along with Luke Graff averaging 12 a game.
It's nice to see Taki go to the hoop on that one there. Some pretty good defense by Eden Prairie, but he needs to do more of that, and they know that, and they're trying to shut him down, and they're doing a pretty good job of it right now.
Eden Prairie does a great job of anything all the time is never a good thing, but when you can bring it inconsistently, and just put on a good trap, boy, does that push that nerves. The anxiety goes up.
Yeah, there's no
IQ
question.
goes down, right?
And Eden Prairie's done a little bit of everything, and now the big man's bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah, Obi Iser. Down below, they left him all alone on that transition, and one. That was
I don't know
a correction they'll need to make defensively. As let's see if they're going to give him the free throw. No, they're going to say it was whistled down on the court before.
Well, in the NBA, they would have called that.
Oh,
one, that's
yes,
for sure.
of course. Yes.
No question about that.
You're still at the scorer's table, and they're giving an on-one. Here's the chance now. He takes a look. Obi Iser now takes to the lane, and he's drawn 2 fouls on the Rebels defense here in this last possession with 3:27 to go. Here's another strong move.
Yeah, he's kind of having his way in there when Gamber's out of the game. They don't really have anybody who can put that size up next to him, so he just bodies up and goes to the hoop.
Eden Prairie inside. They're going to call an offensive foul this time on the big fella, Jermel Taylor. Kind of gave a nudge and shook loose. 6'4" junior. Guess it was a backcourt foul. They won't be at the free throw line, but they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way, will the Rebels. A runner that time, a little out of control. To the baseline, looking for that strong move, needs to get out of that lane. Lobs it back out. Now at midcourt, Taki sets it up again with 3 to go here in this first half. Down by 10, the Rebels. Taki takes this to the lane, short on the runner, gets himself almost an offensive rebound, and now here comes Eden Prairie on the transition. Oh, you could tell he wanted to go for the dunk that time, Obi Iser, but good defensive play by the Rebels. Kicking it back out to the perimeter on the wing, now to the corner. A chance there. Peterson had to look momentarily. Peterson once again takes another look. And they'll set it back up. Here's from beyond the perimeter. That shot just long after the shot by Cummings. They're going to call a holding penalty. A holding foul. I was thinking of Eden Prairie in football, but holding is the call on the foul, and that's going to send Peterson to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, this is a big possession for Champlin Park. They had a good defensive play on the other end, and now they're coming down here and getting a chance for a couple of free throws. Want to try to keep this thing under single digits at halftime with 2:23 left.
Frisch will come out, and Rapp is back in. He's hit his last 2 3-pointers. Number 4 for Eden Prairie. They missed. That is the Rebels on the front end of a 1-and-1. Trying to get inside, but also doesn't want to pick up. That second foul is Obi Iser, number 21. They'll take it and work it back out to the top, and Kelly has it there. Kelly kicks it back out. Rapp gets a chance for 3, and no good side of the rim. The shot by 3, and that's deflected back into the hands of Kelly, who hustles back for Eden Prairie. 1:40 to go here in this first half. Hard drive to the lane and gets up, draws that foul, and the foul's going to be on the floor. That'll be just the 4th team foul. You can see Rapp making the move, and all of these perimeter guards capable of faking it and taking it to the hoop, Pete.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Joe. They can shoot the three, and they're not afraid to take it to the hoop. That's a sign of a good basketball player. Looks like Eden Prairie has 3 or 4 kids there. They can't be 6 feet, and they go to the hoop like a 6'4" kid.
Lorenzo Andrews back in for the Rebels. Working the perimeter out front. Kelly controlling here. Plenty of time. They're looking for a shot, trying to come from behind and now hit the trap. Good job. Stolen. They've got that limited time to get a kick-out pass, and a great job of a trap there, and taken away by Zuo. But then again, the Rebels on the turnover. Just as they created one, they handed it back again, and 1:12 to go.
That was kind of like a big brother, you know, holding the ice cream cone up, and his little brothers are trying to grab it away from him, thinking,
right.
There's no way they're going to get that.
Yes.
But they wanted that ice cream cone, and they went and got it.
Zabakwe here will be a great one to kind of coach him, Obi Iser, on how to get that, how to get the ball out of your hand on that 2-on-1 trap. Anytime it's a double team, look at this.
Yeah, here it is. Look at this. He's like, yeah, no way.
And you can bet, and you could see it was a good trap because coming from behind was Peterson. And he came from behind a spot that he wasn't expecting him to come from.
Well, they still do a really good job trapping. You know, I'm sure that they haven't changed anything as far as that goes, because it's been very successful for Champlin Park. So
yeah, that 1-3-1 half-court trap
absolutely.
is such a signature defense. So 10-point lead now for Eden Prairie. 50 seconds to go before half, and there you see some of the quickness by the Rebels. They're still working the perimeter. Down to the corner, now kicking it back inside. Taken away, good turnover, chance for Andrews. Andrews looks right, goes left, gets the Euro step and in.
That's big basket right there for Champlin Park.
Stopping now, good pass down below and a throw down.
That's what we've been looking for.
Obi Iser. He was not cheated on that throw down. Wow, we used to see that from Theo John out here.
We sure did.
10-point lead back for the Eagles, and 5 seconds remains.
Nice dime there by Miles Sanders, getting it off to him.
Good defensive stance, shot short, and a chance for a last bucket before the half, and we're going to go to the midway mark here of this game. It's a 10-point lead for the Eden Prairie Eagles. What you thought, Pete, in terms of the performance by both teams?
Well, both teams started a little bit slow, but then once those threes started falling for Eden Prairie, that's been the difference in the game, and they're up by 10.
There it is, an explosive first half for the Eden Prairie Eagles. The Rebels will regroup, come back ready for the second half. Well, we will too. Join us then.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
We're joined with Sarah Kaiser. She scored the game-winning goal for the Huskies, their second Class 2A state championship in 3 years. Can you tell us a little bit about that goal itself and what was going on in your mind?
All I had in my mind is I had to make the goal in just to win it for my team, and just the excitement of my team, just hearing them cheer that it went in, because I didn't know that it went in at first.
It's going to be tough in life to top anything like that. What was it like once you saw that goal go in?
I was super excited, all the adrenaline going through my head and all the excitement, and just to see all the fans cheering just made it even better to have that as my last career goal.
Well, and you've had a heck of a career with Andover over the course of the weekend in the state tournament, no bigger venue in which you've accumulated 100 points and beyond. It's got to be a great way to kind of end the career here with Andover High School.
It was amazing to get my 100th point and then to score the game-winning goal. I couldn't have been more happier to go out like this.
Sarah, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a lifetime memory and the state championship.
Thank you so much for having me.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Deutschman, fade for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown.
That's Keenan Rodriguez, number 14.
Quick shot. There's nothing goal.
Look at it.
Lasers that one.
A couple lines of defense shot.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
You doing okay, man?
Yeah, why?
You haven't been acting like yourself lately.
I don't know. These negative thoughts just keep gnawing at me.
I get it, man, and I'm here if you ever need to talk.
Thanks.
Mental health. It's not weird between friends. Learn more at bringchangetamind.org.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look,
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Hiya, Queen of All Knowledge here, reminding you, creeps out there on the internet hack, scam, and trick savvy cyber users every day. But we can fight back. It's as easy as IC3. If you're a victim of online crime, don't give up. Visit IC3, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Your tips help the FBI track down cyber criminals around the world. Report your crime to www.ic3.gov today.
Welcome back, second half. About to begin. Champlin Park Rebels hosting the Eden Prairie Eagles. Just a quick look at the first half, and stopping, popping, and hitting for 2 of his 5 was Andrews. And meanwhile, on the transition, a series of transition by the Eagles here. And you got to look there at Chidi Obi Izar. He had a few. In fact, he had 8 at half, and he even had a couple of beautiful layups there inside. Connecting that time was number 11 there, and meanwhile back the other way. Lorenzo, then here's a throwdown. Whoa, we were watching him along that baseline, Pete, and trying to see if he would cash in on that one, and what a throwdown. And it's Chidi Obi Izar has 8 at half. What adjustments would you make as a coach here, Pete, coming in for the second half?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Joe, is they have to take care of the ball a little bit better. They can't afford, they get sloppy, they get lazy, and are turning the ball over. They have to take care of the basketball and defend that 3 a little better. They got to get out on that 3-shooter a little bit earlier.
Beautiful, strong move that time inside. Cashing in is Frisch. Frisch picks up a couple there, and that extends the lead now to 12, 34.
Too many 22. Of those too, Joe. If you get beat, you got to come over and help your players. And they drive by and they go right to the hoop.
Trying to get inside Gamber. They kick it out for 3 and connecting. Knocking down to 3 is Zuo. His first 3 of the night. He's got 5 in the game. Leading Champlin Park with 6 at half was Lorenzo Andrews, a last-minute start here tonight. Handoff there, elbow, shot in and out, rebound, offensive rebound, no one around, and pulling that ball down and putting it back up with Weishar. He averages 10 a game, and Weishar there, 6'3" senior, had no one around him on that offensive rebound.
I'm going to be looking at Champlin Park, seeing if they still got the heart in this second half. You only have 5 wins on the season, you're down by 10. What do you still got? Hopefully they have a lot of heart and continue to play hard.
That was a block by Obi Izar that time as he swatted it away, and then on the transition, foul is called on Eden Prairie. 16-29, you're right, it's just trying to get into some flow. You've got Io Taki, who's been averaging 17 a game. He has currently just now 6 at half. Transition here again, now in double digits. First player in double digits. And we kind of expected that by Obi Izar. Charge picked up here on Taki again.
Yeah. Once again, a couple turnovers early here for Champlin Park. They just cannot afford to have those against this team.
I had him for 10 turnovers in that first half. Alley-oop, back on backside, unable to throw it down, gets the rebound. He was trying to get it back to Obi Izar for another chance on the alley-oop and up, and a good transition by Lorenzo Andrews. He's been a bright star tonight for the Rebels.
You know, I didn't see the big guy go into the basket on the backside there. I saw him chuck it up, and I'm wondering, what are they doing? And there he was, almost stuffed it in.
It was. If you see it again, I think he saw a quarter on the top of the backboard that he was trying to get to. He went up for that one, but defensively they came up and challenged it at the last minute. An explosive player. Chidi Obi Izar has 10 now in the game for the junior. He's averaging almost 19 a game. Nice buckets there. Here's a look at mission not accomplished.
Oh.
Just wanted that first throw. That was a nice setup. You couldn't see it before, but he had some some good defensive play that he had to get around at that last minute that really prevented him from elevating.
They had me fooled, but they didn't have Taylor and the camera guys fooled. That crew was right on that.
A stop here for the for the Rebels, their last 2 times down. I still have some of the Andover Huskies hockey talk still in my cadence and mental portfolio here after watching them win state. Congratulations to Coach Volk and that team. And very impressive.
Yeah, that's for sure. You don't have undefeated seasons very often.
Down low, another throw down, and he missed that one. He wants to call foul, but follow up on the 3, no good. He's going to have another a dunk here, I think. Pete, what's the odds of that before
well,
the end of this game?
I would say they're about 50-50. I'd probably bet on it. I think he hit his elbow on that one. He was kind of rubbing his elbow.
Luke Graff gets his 3. He has 7 on the game, tied for Lorenzo Andrews in the lead. And right now they've been able to get that deficit back down to single digits out of the Rebels. They have a chance to cut into it even more. Inside, taking a shot. Looked a bit out of cadence. I think he thought he was going to get the foul call there, but Kelly makes the play. Inside, beautiful cut. I enjoy watching cuts like that coming from the perimeter. And
you know, Smith is one of their leading scorers, number 14, but he's had a tough night shooting, but he's been dishing some balls off for some assists.
It was an excellent time there to Weizar, who now has 4 coming inside. Block once again there, his second block by Obi Izar. And foul called on the Rebels. 40-29. It's and some explosive play. Obi Izar here gets his second block of the game.
Yeah, he's coming out playing this second half. I think they challenged him and said, let's go. Let's go, big man, and he's coming out playing this half.
Lorenzo Andrews is going to try to go off the glass, off the Windex kind of high, but still got to it. So 14:08 to go, series of substitutions. Let's see if I can get you updated. Who's in, who's out right now, and back in. At least for Champlin Park, it appears to be Donato.
Kind of looked like a hockey line up there, just hopping over the boards, and
that's right.
Here
on
comes
the fly.
5 new ones.
The shift, turnover there. Good job. Rebels with the stop. Now transition, looking for the 3-0, front of the rim. No good. Outlet pass up ahead. Kicks to the corner. Led him too far. Good hustle. Good D-Dog. Get back. Impressive play there by Schaffa. Now they can set it up and try to get it to single digits. Front of the rim, no. But a good offensive board by Schaffa. He cashes it. Good work.
Yeah, that's a big bucket right there by Champlin Park. Once again, cuts it to 9. So they're hanging around.
6'3" Schaffa goes toe-to-toe with Obi Izar that time and gets the rebound and the bank for 2.
So, Joe, do we know Obi Izar, is he going to play some football in college, or is he playing basketball? Or
he has to decide right now. It sounds like the coach said, you know what, he sure likes, he says he sure enjoys the contact down below. And he had a heck of a season last year, so undecided yet, that's what my understanding is, but certainly big body there. Good tie up. You can see these Rebels not giving up with just under 13 to go. They have a 9-point deficit, but hey, good D and hustle has always been another one of the key formulas for Rebels teams in the past.
Yeah, you have to like the fight in Champlin Park right now. They're down by 10.5. Now they're down by 9. Have a chance to cut into that a little bit more here with this possession.
Couple of pumps from behind 3, then tried to get it back down inside on Everett, pulling up from the elbow, and good. He's got a good-looking shot. Does Peterson, averaging 4 a game. He's got 4 already, but he's had a couple of nice stopping pops and splitting the bracket. Trap that time was Eden Prairie, and number 2, Joey Flom, again, the head coach's son. Looks pretty confident breaking that press. Draws the foul.
Yeah, don't look now, but it's a 7-point game, Joe. 12.5 minutes to go. So plenty of time.
Joey Flom brings it up. Cross midcourt. Gets out. On to find Weisauer. Inside, and Weisauer, 3 layups. So he's had 2 layups and then a putback on an offensive rebound. 6 points here in the second half. Taking advantage of a longer player to extend those arms on that layup as well. So 9-point lead, 42-33 in the lane, disrupting Weisauer defensively as he was trying to get a hand on the ball. I thought he did. They say he probably got the hand a little bit here. We'll get another look. Great camera work here.
Yeah,
series of active
sure.
hands in there, shall we say. That puts Luke Graff at the line, and Graff again averaging almost 12 a game. 7 here tonight. And that's been another down element, is not hitting those free throws.
Yeah, and they need every point that they can get, being down by 9 right now. See if they can cut into this a little bit more.
Back in the starting guard is Matt Kelly. Flom will take a seat. Hits the second. So back to an 8-point deficit. Good job on that full court press, almost a travel. But now Kelly has it under control to set up the offensive set against this man-to-man D of the Rebels. They'll work it along, reverse the ball back. A shot from behind the perimeter, high and long for Kelly, and a rebound comes back to the Rebels.
Basket right here by Champlin Park will put them right back in the game. They're down by 8. Cut it to 6 or 5 with this possession.
Looking for the 3, steps in, takes the shot at the 2, no good. The ball's going to go off of Schaffa, but I tell you, when Schaffa's come in the second half, he's brought some energy with him.
He sure
and
has.
Chance there.
You know, they have a few guys coming off that bench that are doing a really nice job.
Unable to connect that 15-footer was Graff. Full court press again and knocks it off the guy's hands. And
well, there's that trap by Champlin Park. They had him trapped in the corner there.
Yep.
Unluckily, they knocked it out of bounds on that one.
Cummings and Graff had collaborated on that trap. Long lead pass down, all the way down, kicking it back all the way through. A lot of momentum. Takes it to the baseline, then finishing it at that rim. Boy, I thought they were going to turn that ball over, but Max Lawrenson sometime, well, he connected there.
Yeah, they dodged the ball a couple times there, did Eden Prairie, coming up with the basket.
And here's another turnover and a transition. Lawrenson again has 6 in the game, the last 4 now for Eden Prairie, and they've opened up another 12-point lead. Graff pulls up again. Looks like one of those shots sometimes, a 3-on-1 on the transition, and Lawrenson puts it off his foot. But it's sometimes that shot, last shot by Graff, was something that moment kind of creates.
Right.
Kind of a forced shot, but it feels like, well, I better take it.
You know, Joe, you look at the scoring too for Eden Prairie, and it's 5, 6, 6, 6. You know, 8 might be their leading scorer, but they bring those fresh bodies in, and I'm sure Coach Fromm just says, you get out there and you work as hard as you can for 4 or so minutes, and then they put 5 more guys out there, and it's the same thing. It's just we're going to beat teams with our depth.
Yeah, you know, I'm impressed too that once a ball gets rotated, even if it's on a man-to-man, man, they bracket, they close that trap. Even though it's not an official trap, but there's hands in there and it's active. Just happened there as Schaffer got the ball inside. Inbounding now the Rebels. They are down by 12, and we've seen that happen 3 times, I think, today. Just a pass where they thought somebody was going to cut one other way and they didn't, or whatever. A turnover nonetheless. So with 10:23, Rebels will keep that full court pressure on.
You know, that's kind of been the season for Champlin Park. Just little miscues here or there, and when you're not that deep, you can't have that.
Out wide there, taking a look. It was Rappy, shifts it back out front. Now they try to move it inside. Nice spin move. Rebound comes back, and putting in that, getting that offensive rebound was Taylor. That initial shot was by Weisar. On the transition back, trying to adjust it, but converting on that fast break is Zuo. For Zuo, he has 7. Baseline, Eden Prairie pulls up, but hits the cutter inside, and who is that? A couple of offensive rebounds, but unable to convert is Weisar. I was just going to say, who is that Weisar? Because he's had nothing but layups this whole second half. Stripping the ball as they went up, taken away there, and on the transition, Taylor kicks it up inside, and converting for the 2 is Kelly, in a timeout with 9:23 to go. And once again, Eden Prairie has opened up that 14-point lead.
Yeah, got it down to 10. Coach Fromm didn't like the way his defense got back on one of the play right before this year. He had his hand up over his face. You know, I think I have a permanent mark on my forehead, and, where I put my hand up there so many times over 30 years of coaching and 4 different sports. And yeah, my hand's been there a few times, that's for sure. But his boys responded, and they're now up by 14.
But you're right, Pete. Hey, it's, you know, look at the scoreboard here. 7 for Kelly, 6 for Rapp. He's got 2 3-pointers. 6 for Weisar, and Weisar's had 3 layups. He's could have had 5 here in the second half if you converted on those.
And you know what, Joe? Those are guys coming off the bench. Their starters are coming back in now. We'll see what their point total is, and it's not a whole lot different.
Obi Izar back in. Flom back off the bench here. They try to do a quick trap here and a turnover. My goodness.
Yeah, here's those starters back in, and they're 2-2, 5, 10, 0. That's their starting 5 right there.
Obi Izar gives it back to Flom. Flom was trying to find him back on that pick and roll. Far side, looks for 3 from the wing. Good for 3, and that's drilling that one is Miles Smith. Smith is averaging 13 a game. He just has 5 here tonight. Inside digging, good move. I thought he would draw the foul, but defense wins that battle.
Yeah, good defense by Miles Smith. He might not be scoring a lot, but he's doing a lot of other good things.
Inside down the baseline, kick out for 3, no, but Obi Izar is going to be whistled for an offensive foul.
He kind of just pushed him into the second gym.
Yeah. Just kind of moved the nightstand across, and you could see when he had that offensive possession, he was thinking dunk. He wanted to go to that baseline. He did, but he kicked it out to the wing, who couldn't hit on that 3 attempt. Now, Peterson takes it inside, and there is a, we're going to call a block. A block is whistled. That'll go against Miles Smith.
Yeah, that could have won either way, Joe, right there. It looked like he established himself, but good call either way.
53-36, Eden Prairie. Peterson has looked impressive here tonight for the Rebels. Peterson's been averaging almost 3.5 a game.
You know, it was a 10-point, 9-point game for so long, and all of a sudden we're up to 16. EP up.
Cannot hit that second. He's got 5 now in the game. does Peterson. It's 16-point lead. Biggest of the game here for Eden Prairie. They're going to call offensive foul. They used that elbow, did Miles Smith to get some separation. And that's the 6th team foul on the Eagles.
Yeah, he did push that arm out there. Another good call. So Smith gets one on both ends of the court, giving Champlin Park an opportunity to
just under 8 minutes to go here in the second half, and a man-to-man kind of a trap and pressure, and they drop back to a traditional man-to-man here. You can tell defense is a priority for this squad, taking it on the dribble drive inside. Peterson cannot hit. Rebound comes down. Now possession, and it's controlled there by Prairie. Flom wants to take this one all the way. Nice move inside, just a little too hard off the backboard, and here come the Rebels trying to transition that missed shot into a hoop. Down below, Gamber, his pass disrupted and taken away. Coming back the other way comes Miles Smith inside and cashing it in as Joey Flum. Timeout once again for the Rebels. They'll take a full timeout here. 18-point lead now with that transition layup. Looking at the Class 4A rankings, you have Park Center up top. Again, they'll visit Andover tomorrow night, taking on Shakopee. Wayzata, head coach here for Eden Prairie. Flum said he thought Shakopee is the best team in the state. Of course, they play in their section, and it's Wayzata, Eastview, Eastridge, and there's Osseo, number 6. Minnetonka is also in the Lake Conference, along with Hopkins, Owatonna, and Farmington.
You know, Shakopee, Joe, has really been coming on in all of their sports. All of a sudden, that football program is picking up some steam, and their hockey program.
Once they knocked off Apple Valley in wrestling, it seemed like it ignited the other program.
That's the truth.
I think it looked like the Eagles coming up. This is going to be a long schedule, so stay with us while I deliver this. They're at Minnetonka on March 4th. That's it. And Champlin Park, again, stay with me, please. Please stay with me. 2 games remaining. Then we start section 5 at Spring Lake Park, and then at Maple Grove. And I know Coach Klepner is looking. He would love to break this losing streak right now. But they're going to need to turn things around here quickly. An 18-point deficit. Eden Prairie, 3 losses as well consecutively coming into this game. 4 of their last 5 they have dropped, so they'd love to get back into the winning ways, both these squads. Rebels, of course, in that section 5. Sorry to see the Champlin Park squad lose to Rogers in the section for hockey, boys hockey.
They got a nice team this year. Rogers, number 1 seed in that section.
They do. A little dribble drive time, and now in the lane. Weave outside. Peterson. Boy, he worked hard for that shot. He worked hard. A good defensive effort as well by Frisch.
You know, he can be a good secondary scorer for them. And we haven't seen Taki for a long time. He's been sitting over there on the bench.
Again, when they're without Ethan Lucanwa, I've seen him play a couple of times and enjoy the game. He sets the tempo really for this offense.
Now, is he supposed to be back soon? Or?
He should be back next game, perhaps.
Okay.
But I mean, he can set up Lorenzo Andrews, Iotaki, Amber. He really does. He's kind of the engine to the offense for the Rebels. But tonight, stepping in for him has been Andrews. Lorenzo Andrews, and he has 7. Peterson now with 6 in the game for the Rebels. They're down by 17.
Nice job by Eden Prairie breaking the trap right there by Champlin Park.
Inside to the big fella, down low. They went high-low. They went from 6'7" to about 5'10" inside, trying to hit Flom inside for his 2nd consecutive layup, but he was fouled. Right on the arm there, you can see, by the Rebels, number 15, Cummings. But you get good ball movement. You can see how poised Eden Prairie is with those traps, presses, a lot of teams, I've said it probably tons of times, but 70% of the turnovers on full court pressure happens after the midcourt line. And they get themselves poised and everything else, and they hits this shot, does Flom. He's got 6. In the game, he's averaging 4.
Well, I think Champlin Park's going to trap all over.
From 3, good! Good looking 3 that time by Brandon Schaffa. Nothing but net, averaging 3.5. Going coast to coast there. Schaffa now and for just 2, but I think they may have given the 3-pointer to somebody else, but 5 is what I have him for. Meanwhile, taking it back down as Flom draws the foul. Just under 6 to go.
He's quick. He's a good little floor general for them. Broke that trap, brought it all the way, went to the hoop, got fouled, south line shooting 2. Looks like he knows how to do that.
Hitting those free throws. That brings it up to a 17-point lead, and back in Eden Prairie is Max Lawrenson. Taking a seat, at least for the time being. There was going to be number 11. That is Tyron. Meanwhile, back up. Trying to get Taki back in now and see what he can get for some instant offense. They're going to need it down low. And again, just Gamber reaching for it, and a foul called on Flom as both of them trying to reach out and extend for that ball. And it's going to be a free throw. A 1-and-1 opportunity here for Gamber. Gamber scoreless. And that's the 4th foul on Flom. Joey Flom.
He's an aggressive defender. Plays hard on both ends, like most coaches' kids do.
Yep, and Kelly comes back in.
You know, Champlin hasn't been much over 50% at that free throw line, so see if he can put 2 of them in.
Good to get the first one, and let's see what Gamber has, because you know they want a full court press when he makes. They do. It's on. 16-point deficit here for Champlin Park. Trying to get around the long stretched arms that time of Schaffa. And that was Obi Izar.
There's that trap on Obi Izar.
6'7" defensive end for the Eden Prairie football team. Bringing it up now is Kelly. Calm, cool, poised now. Sets up that man-to-man offense. Coming up top of the key. Look at that backdoor opportunity. Inside, pulls back out, and now says, let's reset.
Yeah, nice job pulling that one back out again. Didn't have anything there, brought it back out.
It was a nice dime also on that initial pass by Obi Izar. Directing traffic, he's at the elbow. Sets a screen, and they're keeping it beyond, and unforced error there through the hands. Trying to transition, Schaffa goes in and unable to make it, and there is Taki. He converts. Offensive rebound, he's got 8. There's another throw down again on the transition.
You know, you work so hard to get a basket on the offensive end, and then you kind of fall asleep and don't get back on defense.
Obi Izar with that throw down now has 12. He's game high for both teams. Still hasn't hit his average, which is 19 a game. Still outside the perimeter. There's the steal. You could see him sitting on that one, and throw down that time.
Oh, wow.
Max Lawrenson, you can see the bench explode.
Yeah, that's
6'1" freshman.
I was going to say, how tall is he?
6'1" freshman.
Wow.
Boy, that's playing as much as he has here tonight in this season.
Yeah, no kidding. 6'1" freshman, and you're throwing it down. You got to like the future of that kid.
Lawrenson with 8 tonight. Inside, trying to get it. Gamber there on pass, and another turnover. Controlled. Now a chance, looking to move in. And a throw down on the layup. Whoa, off the backboard. And the feed for the dunk. The 3rd dunk tonight by Obi Izar. He's got 14. Beautiful assist by Kelly.
That really was. He knew what he wanted. He saw Obiizar coming up behind him, put it off the backboard, and boom!
You could just tell, just so casual, very informal on that toss, and here it comes again. It just sets it up perfectly. A throw down.
I think they've done that a couple times, Joe, in practice.
I think, but you know, he's 50% from the dunk attempts tonight as Obiizar, but he's getting better. So Kelly with the assist, and that dunk, it just gave Eden Prairie probably the dagger, a 20-point lead.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough to come back on them right now, the way that they play defense and offensively. You know, they're up to their average right now, and we still have, I believe, a little over 4 minutes to go. So
right now, Champlin Park has a couple of players with 8. That's Taki and Graf, both with 8 points. And then with 7 is Lorenzo Andrews. The freshman, Lawrenson for Eden Prairie, has 8, knocking on the door for double digits. Here comes Taki. Down low, tries to get a shot off in the hands of Graf. They'll rotate it around, reverse it around the perimeter. Graf, one more pass. Taki down low to Andrews. Good defense here by Eden Prairie. They are not going to allow for an easy 3. In the lane, stripped there, and back will come Eden Prairie. Wrap that time, ill-advised pass, gives it up and converts for 2. Shaffa picks it up, good hustle. He's got 7 now in the second half. Lorenzo back down low to the corner, moving in all the way. Nice little runner off the back. Cashing in for his first 2 of the game there is Ansu Bojang.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of him today.
Stand corrected, he's got 4. Had 2 in the first half. Couldn't quite close. Shaffa's been battling. I like the energy from Brandon Shaffa for the Rebels. Back down, bounce pass in. Lorenzo tries to get the 10. He does, double digits. Nice reverse layup by the freshman, the 6'1" freshman, Max Lawrenson. And they are going to rotate players in and out. Timeout to get just fresh troops in for both of these guys. And the coach is trying to get playing time. Nice feed. Good eyes. And a good dime that time by Taylor to Lawrenson. So he's got 10. 2 players in double digits for Eden Prairie, and they have a 20-point lead with 1:50 to go.
Yeah, here's 11 through 15 for Eden Prairie. That's what these big schools can do. You know, you got Martins out there. He's about 6'4", 6'5".
Champlin Park, Coach Klepner doing what a good coach will do, get some playing time in. You have Peterson still on that floor trying to bring an offensive punch inside, and whistled for the travel will be Zuo. Those turnovers have been tough tonight, tough to overcome against this Eden Prairie squad. That'll move to 15-10 and snap their 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, I think the depth of Eden Prairie finally got to Champlin Park. Tired them out a little bit, playing 10 guys. From close till about 12 minutes left.
3 ball, corner pocket, lighting it up there as Adam Mertens, the 6'3" junior, is in the book. Now keep in mind, it was Eden Prairie. Nice shot, good close there by the guard for the Rebels. And they're going to rotate a few more guys in. Well, Eden Prairie. But you got to keep, Eden Prairie's loss. See, they've lost 3 in a row. Well, 2 of those losses have come to Wayzata, who's number 3 in the state, and Hopkins, who's number 7 in the state.
Correct.
And then another loss of their 4 of the last 5 came to Lakeville North. So they're happy to get things back on track here as we're south of a minute to go from Champlin Park High School. The Rebels, unfortunately, will fall to 5-18 and extend that losing streak to 6. the lane, trying to get the shot off, up and good. Gets the Rattler. Knocking that down is J.J. Sullivan, another freshman. Rebels working the perimeter through the hands. Trying to pick it up, and now is a chance on the layup and puts it in.
Yeah, Eden Prairie's having fun over there. There's guys who haven't been in all year long, and they're scoring baskets, and you know how that is. And
yeah, getting playing time, and even better than playing time is points. Inside, good move for the big fella, number 55, Tanner Hansen, 6'4" junior, gets his first 2 of the night.
Yeah, nice move there by Hansen.
Well, it's going to be a win tonight for the Eden Prairie Eagles. It'll be a 76-51 win over the Champlin Park Rebels. And Pete, not what the Rebels are looking for, but they're trying to get things on track. And I'm sure Coach Klepner will keep with it, and he has a great mindset too, as he brings some coaching experience with him.
Well, Klepner has to be happy with the way that the boys competed tonight. You know, they stuck with him till about 9 minutes left in the game. I think they were down by 7 at that time, so they just ran out of gas, but they competed, and that's all you can ask for out of your guys, is to compete, and Champlin Park did that.
Eden Prairie Eagles, 76-51. They snap a 3-game losing streak and take one home here up in Champlin Park backyard. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Pete Hayes and everyone else in the truck, with Ryan and Taylor and Mike and the whole crew. We had Trinity and the whole time. Jane, can't forget about Jane, Damien as well. And also, who can forget about John? Back in the studio, CJ Luck and the crew. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Pete Hayes. Thanks for joining us on this QCTV Sports presentation of a Major League Day at a minor league price.